Hello and welcome to another Doug the Gardener video. Today we're going to be looking at a garden in southwest Scotland, approximately 15 miles south of Stranraer, and it's Logan Botanic Gardens. This garden was set up in 1869 and gifted to the Royal Botanic Gardens, Edinburgh in 1969. We would describe Logan Garden as a temperate garden because of the influence of the Gulf Stream. This is of course the warm stream of water which flows from the Gulf of Mexico in the USA across the Atlantic to the west coast of Scotland. This mild temperate climate means we can grow plants from places such as Chile, Peru, South Africa, the Mediterranean, Madeira, India, and we can't do this anywhere else in Scotland, not to the same extent. So this is the entrance to the Botanics, and the first building on the right is the coffee shop and luckily enough the toilets. The building beyond that is an art gallery and exhibition space. If you walk past the coffee shop and turn first right just before the exhibition space, you will enter the walled garden. The next collection of pictures we're going to look at are general views of the garden, showing the stunning garden at its best. And then after the general garden views we'll look at plants, some of the slightly more unusual plants, some plants which to be honest you can find in garden centres in Scotland, and some which even grow in our garden here on the west coast. So enjoy the views for a little while and we'll get down to the plants fairly soon. The first four plants we're going to look at are Narinis, and that's Jersey Lily, with the final one being the most popular one, Narini Bowdenii. The common name for this muscari is grape hyacinth. This dog's tooth violet is so called because of the shape of its roots. Part of them look like the canine teeth of a dog. It may look delicate, but this crinum is actually hardly down to -5, as long as it's in a well-drained situation. No leaves, just lots of flowers on the stunning colchicum autumn crocus. The next two plants are Mechanopsis. These are a type of garden poppy. The first one is sleeve donnered and it was discovered in Ireland. The second one, called Hensel Violet, was discovered in a garden in Scotland by Lady Henderson. Once fully grown, you can stand under the gigantic leaves of this gunnera if you happen to get caught in a downpour in southwest Scotland. This ground-hugging plant is Fascicularia bicolor from Chile. During mid to late summer, tiny pale blue flowers cover the cone of this amazing plant. Anyone who's been to Madeira, Canary Islands, Spain, etc. probably recognise this tall plant in the distance. It's an echium. Aeoniums are tender succulents, so won't take any frost at all. They can be put outside in summer but have to be given winter protection from frost in a heated greenhouse or even in a conservatory. They seem to be plant of the month. They're absolutely everywhere. When you go to Chelsea, Hampton Court, etc., there are stands selling lots of these. And I must confess they're very stunning, but a little bit of work to look after. The stunning blue foliage of this wattle bush is complemented by small yellow pom-pom flowers in late winter and early spring. This acacia is native to Australia, and it will eventually make a tree about 8 metres high, though can be kept pruned to keep it as a fairly tidy shrub. As the name prostrata suggests, this prostrate conifer only grows to 75 centimetres high, but spreads to 7 metres. Greatly underrated, this clematis has nodding yellow flowers in summer followed by silvery seed heads. Found growing wild in the Mediterranean, this is a fairly hardy plant and is quite happy growing on the west coast of Scotland. Desfontainia is an evergreen shrub from the damp cool regions of South America. Compared with the large flowered fuchsias we grow in tubs and hanging baskets, or even the smaller flowered fuchsias like Fuchsia rickettonii, which we have in our gardens, these are tiny flowers, but I think very, very pretty. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of our trip to Logan Botanic Gardens in southwest Scotland. I hope I have encouraged you to go and visit this beautiful, stunning garden someday, but do remember to check the website as it isn't open all year round. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. This has been Doug the Gardener, and I hope to catch you once again next time. Goodbye.